G'day, Stu from UAVfutures here, and today, well, I guess a bit of a quicker video or a bit of an overview or something that I think a lot of people are going to be interested in, and that's pretty much what sort of OSD to use in your quadcopter, because this came across my bench. This is, I think, the Real Hub X OSD. I'll leave a link somewhere down below or up here somewhere. But I know OSDs confuse a lot of people out there, and personally for me, some things are going on out there. Personally for me, I know that putting an OSD sometimes can be a bit of a nightmare, a bit of a hassle, depending on what type you used to have, and there's a whole bunch of different ones out there. And then I've also looked at some things like the PDB Power OSD and the Red Rotor OSD, and now there's this one, and this, to be honest, looks like this one is going to be the most useful and I guess the most conveniently set up that there is. So what we're going to do, we're going to stick it on the bench and give it a bit of a quick overview and explain just how easy it is to hook an OSD up with some of the features that you want to your quadcopter. Anyway, let's get started. Alrighty, now first things first, what I want to do is show you traditionally very quickly how you might be building it and just how much easier it is to put in an OSD. So there's really not any extra work at all. So here is a non-OSD PDB. We'd probably hook that up. Looks very familiar to what comes with a lot of builds. You hook your components up and you are ready to go. What this is, so by using this little Hub OSD right here, this is pretty much the same thing. So you're already getting an awesome little PDB, except this has the OSD built in, so you don't need any extra layers or any extra stacks or anything like that. You don't need to be soldering any sort of different ways or sort of putting things in heat shrink and pressing them down or programming. All that rubbish is gone. This thing makes it so easy to have a very useful PDB in your quadcopter. So let's OSD in your quadcopter, I should say. So let's have a bit of a look at the PDB features just here, and then we'll also look at how you can connect up your OSD. So, and I'm going to leave it on here for some easy reference for people as well, because I think that might help sort of visualize in their build. So if you were just using it as a normal PDB, of course, you can stick your XT60 on just here or the other way, or if you want to have, I recommend having two little thin leads out here, so you've got a little bit of flex. And this is the X style, and that's very useful because what that actually means, when your two wires are coming off your ESCs, your ground and your positive, they're actually going to go like that. So it's sort of going to line up. Let's pretend these are the wires. It's going to line up with the PDB just here. So that's going to make it for an even cleaner build. And it's little touches like that that I think do make a difference. You simply just hook this thing up to your LiPo using just here, and then you've got a whole bunch of little options around the outside. So at the back, you've got some filtered power, some 12 volts, some ground, another ground. At the front, you've got all your options for your hooking up your camera and your VTX. And this part is very, very important because that's actually where you're going to be getting your OSD feed from. You've of course got your little 5 volt here, and I think all OSDs should have a 5 volt out because a lot of flight controllers and other internals they actually take 5 volts. Over this side, you've got some more 12 volts, and then this part just here, I guess you've got somewhere to do a little bit of programming. Alrighty, so now let's talk about how easy it is to actually put in and get this OSD working. So over here, we're going to be putting our FPV camera, and on this side, we're going to be having our VTX. Now this is very, very simple. All we have to do, this 5 volt ground and camera, that's just simply going to hook up to the 5 volt ground and video right here. So that simply is going to be directly soldered on here. Very, very easy. Then you have two more. You have ground and VTX. All you have to do is run that ground and that VTX over here to the VTX, and then you power the rest of the VTX from this 12 volt and ground right here. And what it is actually going to do is it's going to, instead of taking the signal straight from the camera and running it to the VTX right here, it's actually going to send it through the PDB. It'll do all its OSD sort of magic and then output that on top of your video feed. So it is super, super easy. There is pretty much no any extra solder. That's not a good sentence. There is no extra soldering or nothing at all like that you need to do to get this OSD working. So I think that is fantastic. And a beauty about this one compared to the Red Rotor OSD or the Power OSD, it's got the pads spaced around very, very nicely around the outside, so it's going to make for a much cleaner build, because I know in the past, often they've just got the pads on one side, or it can be a little bit difficult. But this thing looks like it's very, very well thought out, laid out, and it's going to be super easy to get our OSD working on top of our video feed. Now, in terms of what OSD functions does this actually have? Well, this is why I like it as well, because it pretty much offers exactly what I am after. It will tell you what your current voltage is, how long your flight time has been going for, how many milliamp hours you've used, and also how many amps you're using at the moment. So it's got those four things: voltage, amps being used right then, like your milliamp hour count, counter and also your flight time. I don't need any more than that. It does offer some low voltage warnings and things like that, which is nice. So pretty much there's no GPS, no other garbage, nothing like that that you have on here. It is nice and simple, keeps your sort of screen cluttered, and you really only have the bare essentials on here. So that is something I really think is very useful. They're focused on, well, for me anyway, the elements that I want to have when I'm racing around, and that are going to make it work for me, because I don't want any extra clutter. Let's keep it simple, and that's exactly those things that I'm going to need. So there it is. There's a bit of a quick look at the Hub X OSD. I'll leave a link somewhere down below, and definitely consider putting this in. So if OSDs are sort of concerning you, or you feel like they might be too complex, this thing is going to make it super easy. What I'm going to do in a follow-up video, because I know this was just a real short video to sort of show you how simple it can be to set it up, but in a follow-up video I'll definitely find some footage, because I can't wait to put this in a build. So I'll find some footage and record some DVR of just what this OSD looks like when you're actually flying around in the field. Anyway, I can't wait. I'm probably going to start building with this thing right now, but subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying!